So we're going to be talking about the inverse of graphs here. So the thing you need to think about when you have an inverse of a graph is basically what's happening is you're swapping, or an inverse of a function, even you're swapping over the x and the y components to it. You're like inversing what's going on. So here we have the point, call it 0, a, right? But when we take the inverse of this, it's going to be the point a0. So that's going to be here. So that's going to be a0. If you take another point, let's say here we'll call it BC. What's going to happen when you reflect or take the inverse of this graph, this C, we're going to go, instead of going up C, we're going to go along C. So we're actually going to end up here. So we have C. And instead of going along B, we're going to go up B. So you get B here. You get this reflection. And what we have here is that we have the graph of f of x. And this graph here is the graph of f of minus 1, or the inverse f of x. So what happens is that when you inverse a graph, what you basically do is you reflect it along the line of y equals x. That's this dotted line here. So I'm going to show you some more examples. So here we have our line of y equals x. So if we have the graph of 2x, well, we know the inverse of f of y equals 2x is 1 over x. And you can see here it's perfectly reflected in this xy line. What if you have, like the example we just saw, I'll zoom in a bit to make it a bit clearer. Again, so you've got f of x is here, and then the inverse, so you can even see we've written in the notation here. So f of x is the exponential x, so x is the function of y. So this is the inverse of the other one. So it's reflected in this xy plane. Some other ones, so a bit more exciting. You've got these two parabolas. You can see that one is the inverse of the other, and you can change them, but no matter how you change them, because they've got this relationship, they'll always just be perfect reflections of each other. So I'll attach this in the notes so you can have a play with it.